I just woke up, guys! Before I woke up and I grabbed the camera, then I pretended to lay down again and sleep. That's how vloggers do it. But you know, I slept out here tonight on the sofa that's in my living room right across from my everything here, you know what I mean? Because you can pull the whole thing out and make it into a bed. That's one of the 4 beds in this RV. So the whole idea for today is going to be an interesting day. The whole idea is I'm parked at my friend's house here. I'm running on an extension cable and propane for heat. My tanks, they're getting to be a little bit on the full side, which I'm not so much a fan of, and the fresh water's getting somewhat empty. So today we're gonna take this RV, we're gonna go dump the tanks for the first time ever, never done that before. Also gonna try to fill up propane at U-Haul. U-Haul was the only place that could fill up my propane tank in Vegas, so we'll hope that they're able to do it here as well in California. We're gonna find out. But in order to move this RV, it has to be, you know, road worthy. There can't just be stuff everywhere, so I gotta pack all this up here. That's my morning. But before that, I do have a lovely cinnamon roll to eat from Walmart. Not from Walmart, from Albertsons. Check it out, it's the cinnamon roll. Oh man, doesn't that just look so good? Oh my god, I love cinnamon rolls, guys. I'm using a fork to eat a cinnamon roll, yes. Go ahead, judge me. Oh man, it's so good. Living in an RV, it's definitely been a lot different than I thought it would be. I thought I was gonna be out and about, you know, roaming around the country, but here I am, basically in one spot, just because of the pandemic, you know. The plan was, once I get to California, to, you know, roam around California, hang out with people sparingly, but since I've gotten here, it's gotten a lot worse, the pandemic. I now know so many people who've gotten it, who've gotten the virus, whereas before I didn't know anyone myself who had gotten it, but now it's like everyone I know, it's like, just, everyone's getting it. So it's a little scary. And some of them are people who don't do anything. They stay inside all the time, you know what I mean? So unfortunately, I've not been able to go out and do all the things I want to do, you know, with this RV, but I'm at least able to live in it for now, so that's good. Get some work done, you know. Well, everything is pretty much all clean and ready to go. Hell yeah. We are plugged in out there in the house. We gotta unplug here before we head out. Yeah, here it is. You see this red cable runs all the way and powers the RV. We need to move this cable. I've already unplugged it inside the house. We need to move it because you don't want to drive over it because that can cause damage to the cable, which is no fun, right? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so follow me this way. Alright, everything's unplugged so it's all safe to touch and everything. I'm going to remove this part here, which as you can see, this was connected here. This is what you would plug in at a campground or anything like that where you have shore power. Now if you follow me over this way here, when it's not plugged into shore power, you want to plug it in to the generator. It actually literally just plugs into the generator and that's how everything gets power right there. So now if we need to use the generator for any reason, we can do that. I do want to move it out of the way just so that we don't drive over it. That would not be very poggers, you know. We like to keep everything poggers around here. Wouldn't you agree so?
Poggers is a slur.
Now that Twitch is banned it, I guess that's not entirely wrong. This little thing, we're gonna keep it in the RV. We're gonna turn off the propane. On this little dial right here, we're at about a little bit below half, between 1/4 and 1/2 of a tank, so we're gonna get propane while we're out. I'm gonna turn it off while we are out and about, which would be this way. And we're just gonna screw it completely tight there. I don't like having propane open while driving because it's not that dangerous, but if the propane lines get ruptured while it's open, you will have propane just spewing out and any spark can just ignite that. But I mean, that won't happen unless your lines get severed somehow. But it's still just a safety precaution. You know what I mean? Safety, number one priority. Safety, number one priority. Beautiful open front, amazing. All right, we're just about ready. We got to get this thing out this gate here, which is plenty big to get out of. It's just a simple little turn down that way on this very, very bumpy road. We got it in here, we can get it out and then also bring it back as well. It wasn't too hard at all. We did it. What do you think of our achievement?
When do I get paid?
But really quick, before we continue on with the adventure, I'd like to talk about today's sponsor. And that's me, my Patreon. I do have a Patreon for this channel specifically. It's linked in the description down below. If you enjoy what you're watching, your support would mean the world. It's a brand new Patreon. I've yet to really flesh out all the perks and everything, but I'll be doing that soon. So there's more rewards coming, just stay tuned for that. But right now, really, this is a great way to help fund my adventures. If you like watching this content, your support would mean the world to me. So please go check it out. And also, I do have social media for this channel, Twitter and Instagram. Those are in the description as well if you want to follow along. I tweet occasionally, I post to Instagram occasionally. That's another way to keep up to date with what I'm doing in the RV. So go check it out. Links in the description down below to everything, including the Patreon. Back to the video. First stop for the day is gas in this gigantic vehicle. And of course, it's gonna cost an arm and a leg, but you know, that's all right. I'm very scared to see what the total's gonna be. But gas is, it's only $2.99 here, which is not terrible at all. This thing takes forever to fill up. We're already at almost $60. The tank was about halfway full, so let's see how much it costs to fill up half this tank. I know it's about a 50-gallon tank, so we're gonna be looking at probably 25 gallons at least. Yeah, I should clean, I don't even know what this is. I should just clean that off. We're getting close to 25 gallons. That would be about half the tank. $74 so far, still going. This thing, it just takes so much freaking gas, dude. We're almost at $90. 30 gallons, Jesus. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Huge amount of gas. It's like an endless gas tank. Well, it looks like it stopped exactly at $100. How often does that happen? That's a sign of good luck, I think, that it was just such a perfect number. All right. Stop number 2 is, of course, our friend McDonald's as well. You know, you gotta have McDonald's. Automatic locks are definitely a luxury that I've always taken for granted. It's still so weird to me that that is just there, you know what I mean? Now time for McDonald's. This is the entrance here? Maybe not. Since McDonald's is giving us no love today, we got some Chipotle. Chipotle.
I just want to eat my burrito, man.
How is your food?
That's good. It's a
How's your food?
quesarito. If you ever want to piss off a Chipotle employee, order a quesarito.
This is my burrito. Damn, so tasty. Oh my god. This is like, I almost need a fork to eat this. Oh god. Oh my god, look at that. It's weird because Chipotle is owned by McDonald's. But McDonald's you couldn't go in and order, but Chipotle you could. So what the hell, you know what I mean? I really wish that we had been filming. Something very crazy happened on the road today. Okay, so we were driving the RV down the freeway, not the freeway, the highway.
The highway, yeah.
We were going to go get gas, so I get into there's 3 lanes that go straight, and then there's the 4th lane becomes a turn lane, you know? So I got into the 4th lane to turn into the gas station, and this truck just cuts right in front of me, literally like 2 or 3 feet in front of the nose of my vehicle. And I had to slam on my brakes basically, which is not something you can really do in an RV, you know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? We thought at first this guy was just a really dumb driver, you know? But then he like stopped, so I switched lanes. I thought that he had like broken down and needed to get over immediately, and that's why he did that. So I switched into the other lane to go around him, but he then he got cut in front of us again and slowed down and like basically stopped. So I switched lanes again and he cut in front of us again, and I don't know. Eventually we figured out a way to get him to go forward and for us to turn.
Into a gas station.
We pulled into the gas station, which is a very public place, lots of people around, so that, you know, if anything happened, there would be tons of people around. I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that we were going on a road, a really windy road, and in an RV you have to go much slower than you can go in a car, so I was going pretty slow. I had a giant line of cars behind me. He was in that line. The only thing I can think of is that either he was mad that we were going slow, I don't know, trying to give us a taste of our own medicine by stopping us, I don't know.
Well, that makes no sense because he was in a big truck, like a U-Haul sort of truck,
Yeah.
not from U-Haul. So it's like he goes slow too. That makes no sense. Mm-hmm. It's weird. I don't understand it.
It was either that or he was trying to get me to rear end him to make an insurance claim or something. I don't know. It makes no sense. I don't know. Either that or he was just crazy out of his mind.
Yeah.
That was the craziest thing that I think has ever happened to me while driving, and it was a little bit, I didn't fully realize how insane that was until after it had already happened, and I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like,
That's why I was freaking out.
That's a bit
That's
sketch,
not.
you know? Damn, like I've never had anything like that happen to me before. That's crazy. And we're not in a bad area or anything like that, you know?
It's like the type of shit to happen to my family, not Parker. You know, like Parker's a normal kid.
I didn't do anything to make anyone angry. I didn't cut anyone off. I just went slow, which I guess that's the only thing I can think that would make someone angry.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it was a very strange situation. But, you know, when you're in the moment, it's hard to remember to start filming, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have it on film, but we can tell you about it. That was very strange.